This is an overview of the DisplayNote software. You'll notice I have multiple displays running. Behind me is a smartboard that's connected to my instructor PC. I have an iPad that will act as my instructor iPad. Then I have two other iPads that will act as student iPads. I'm going to launch DisplayNote software from the smartboard that's connected to my PC. And I'm going to select to start a session. You'll notice this is the session information that we'll be accessing in a minute. I'm going to use the DisplayNote tools that have appeared off to the left-hand side of my page to annotate onto my screen, my smartboard, and my presenter PC. Now I'm going to use my iPad that's already within the DisplayNote app. I'm going to select to join as presenter. And I'm going to put in the presenter pin that I have already preset and select to connect. And you'll notice that soon we'll see the instructor PC and smartboard from my iPad. Now that I'm on my iPad, I have the same tools available off to the left-hand side. So I can select from my iPad as the instructor to annotate. You'll notice that's showing up on the smartboard as well as on the PC. And I can also pinch and zoom to view my instructor PC closer. And I can control my instructor PC by selecting items on my instructor PC and now I have control of the pages in my smartboard file, and I can control from my iPad. Now I'm going to just minimize this smartboard file here. And now we'll use the student iPads to join as participants. So I mentioned before that we would use that screen that we had saw to join as participants, and you'll notice it has a session ID on it. So my session ID is 13217. So I'm going to select to join as student 1 with 13217 and student 2. So you'll notice on both student iPads you can see a representation of my instructor PC and smartboard. And now I can pull up a resource from my iPad as the instructor, and both students will be able to view that. Now as a student, they have similar tools available that I have as an instructor. So I can select the pen and I can have the students annotate and take their own personal notes on each page of my file that I'm sharing with them. Now you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, we have a selection here to go back to the instructor's live screen. When I select that, it's going to save my page and my annotations within the DisplayNote app. So if I go into the DisplayNote app, I have a selection option here that will show those saved presentation slides. So now I have my personalized items and can use those when I return home to do review of today's lesson. Now I will go ahead and as the presenter from my iPad, I'm going to select both students to collaborate together. So I've selected collaborate, and now I'm going to select the students that I want to collaborate, and notice that they're getting a message that pops up on their iPad. So I'm going to select OK from both of these. And now as a student, I will annotate on one of my screens. And you'll notice that annotation will show up on all of the devices that are collaborating together. So as the instructor and both students, I see what that one student annotated. Now I'm going to leave the collaboration by selecting collaborate on my presenter iPad, and it's kicking both of the students out of that collaboration option. And instead I'm going to have the students receive a message from me as a presenter. I'm going to congratulate them and tell them that they did a great job on collaborating. And I'm going to send that message out, and now on both of the student iPads, they receive that message that says great job. I can also share a student's page. So we have a student page here, and I'm just going to select on both of these student pages to return to the presenter desktop. And as a student, I'm just going to go ahead and annotate on one of these iPads. And now as a presenter, I can select to view that student's screen. So I'm going to go ahead and select View Screen, turn off Collaborate, and select a student, and select to view their screen. And now that student's screen is going to show live in front of the class so we can share their work and their ideas with the whole group. I'm going to go ahead and exit both of these options so that we can go back and see the presenter screen. And now as the presenter, I am back up in control of our presentation. This has been a quick overview of the DisplayNote software. Remember to check the URL at the bottom of this screen to receive more information.